Where's the lying news agency of Nigeria? Are they here? Those liars and deceivers, are they here? That distort the news. You don't know what law is. You don't know what justice is. Where's the news agency of Nigeria? What are they? You don't know that God is a God of justice. You don't know that? That God in heaven is a God of justice. You don't know that?
But that's what you wrote. You said here, my lord, that the defendant has now applied for bail. Now, as I've said earlier, bail is a discretion of the court, taking into consideration all the conditions laid down in Muhammad Abacha v. State. At this stage, I am of the opinion that to make or take a stand on the bail application without first hearing and determining the issue that is glaring in the face, which is the absence of the defendant from the court since 25th of April 2017 until he was produced on the 29th of June. My lord, which was exactly what the Supreme Court did. They said that he did not jump bail. These criminals came to my house to kill me. That's what the Supreme Court said. This is in your own court, my lord. So I cannot understand, my lord, why my trial will be conducted contrary to the Constitution of Nigeria that said I must have free and unfettered access to my counsel. Is here. Okay. He did something in my case. I refused him. He was conscious of issue. I asked him to recuse himself. Why did the chief judge insist I must hear it? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this, then you need to go and
No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have recused yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are from this official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. And one over here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi Kanu said, go on appeal. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adema from my case. I did not insist Adema must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. I don't want you to do the right thing. A chairman of the board of managers constitution is impropriety. Nowhere in the world is such nonsense done. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're proceeding a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is a court of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must take my case. You cannot buy me.
I simply apply for a legal trial of the defendant.
This man is not paying attention. There is an order of recusal. And he's a senior advocate, for goodness sake. There's an order of recusal. Is that not the rule of law? The law says if you disagree with this, you go and appeal. You are a grown-up man. Because of 300 million, you're behaving like a child. Go and appeal. Because of money. Because of money you're paying you from ATM office, you are here standing and smoking evil. Because of money. A grown-up man like you say you have to behave like a man of honor. The rule of law says you go and appeal. His lordship beat and you go and try my case. Not on this planet Earth, I'm telling you that now. So stop wasting your time.
So that, as I said, the view of the fact that the defendant has indicated that he will not make a formal application. I apply that the lordship was a 70-day for hearing.
You are not well. You are not well. I'm telling you, this God am I not well. This is an order of God. An order of God says Justice Binta Nyako is recused an order of court. Order she made as an order. The same Chief Justice writing the stupid memo he's writing. I accused him. He was functus official. He sat on appeal. I took him to the NJC. I accused him. Why did he not say I must sit on your case? Why in the case of his lordship is he insisting? He wants to embarrass her. He wants to embarrass your lordship by asking her to come and sit on this case. Is that what you're saying? That's an order. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. Give him an order of court. It's an order of court. Give it to him. He doesn't have it. Give it. He doesn't have it. It's an order of court.
I take your permission.
It's an order of court.
I take your permission to address you. But let me tell the defendants that in everything life, there's need for wisdom. And wisdom is very important in this matter.
And telling lies.
It is not right for you to be insulting the teacher and insulting.
If you insult yourself, I will insult you. If you have no respect for yourself, I will insult you. Because people are telling the law, when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, you turn the law upside down. The law says one thing. If the law says this paper is white, when I go to court, they say it's black. When I say it's black, they say it's white. Is that law? I'm asking you, a senior advocate of Nigeria, that's law. Is the memo from Chief Judge, is memo from Chief Judge sufficient to set aside and a court order? The answer is no. Why do you want to change the law in my own case? His Lordship, Justice Nnamdi stand recused in my case. Cannot try me. Why don't you get it? Give me your delegate for trial so you can do your mathematics you always do. People without shame. I have here before me for the benefit of Chief Awomolo because it seems he doesn't know the law. So I will tell him. This is national judicial policy of this country. Please give them a copy each. National judicial policy of Nigeria. National judicial policy. I will tell you what it says. Because you don't know, I will tell you. Talking about memo from the Chief Judge of the High Court. Judicial policy of Nigeria. 1C. I'm reading. Verbatim. In the performance of judicial functions, the judge is subject only to the law and must only consider the law. The rule of law in every common law jurisdiction in the world is that once an order of court is entered, the only way to set aside it is by going on appeal. That's the rule of law. But the senior advocate, you don't know. I will go to see. A judge must not take or attempt to take orders or instructions of any kind from anyone, even the chief judge, from anybody that may influence his decisions in the performance of judicial function. It means that his lordship, having entered an order of court, a decision between myself.
We are here as regards to the case the government have personally with Omoyele Sowore. And then we came in this morning and we saw supporters who were already in the courts or within the court premises waiting to just have a glimpse of the activities that will transpire. And then before I got here, there were already security men, the police, planted all around. And then after a while, I tried for about 30 minutes. We saw them walking down, trying to look around, and then they returned to where their vehicles were. They were standing. They headed towards the court. And immediately they got there, I think there was some kind of conversations with those inside because I had stepped out to get something. So I was watching them from afar. So because I was outside buying something, and immediately there was this reinforcement. You know, you hear the siren coming from afar, different Hilux vehicle with more policemen. At this time, we had about 50 policemen, and then all drove to that point. That's the court gate, and they were forcing everybody out, pushing. In short, a lady was also pushed, harassed, and immediately we launched as the DPO who led that team. And then there was this shooting of tear gas canister, and arrest them, beat them up, catch them, you know. So that was how they chased supporters of Shore who were in court seated, waiting within the court premises, rather waiting for the court activities to begin. So that was how they chased people out down the road using tear gas canister and what have you. So the high-handedness is we don't know why, because these are peaceful persons who have not even said a word in protest or anything, but just within the court premises as, you know, free bones of the country to witness a trial, you know, even though we know there's no trial anywhere, but just a witch hunting of the person of Amoyele Shore. So at the end of the day, you can even see as a pressman, you can see how the place is militarized, vehicles, armor vehicle, a whole lot, and then police officers on ground with guns and other equipment they brought to ensure that they do the bidding of their paymasters. So that's what transpired so far. So we are waiting to see if we can still gain access to the court. I approached the officers who are by the barricade to say I have a duty to be in court this morning to attend the sitting of Amoyele Shore. And he said the court sitting or the court proceedings have not started.
Okay, my name is Faith Orinya. Take Back Movement, the assistant coordinator, Take Back Movement, Abuja chapter. Okay, as usual, we came in our numbers to show our solidarity to our leader. As early as 7, we were in the court premises. And just like after 10 minutes, the policemen armed, like there were up to 15 that came, 15 of them armed, and they came and started shouting, all of you, come out, get out of this place, get out of this place. And we approached the officer peacefully, since he came as if he came for war. And I said, Oga, please address us as human beings. We are Nigerians and we are not carrying any arms. You came in and saw us sitting down quietly, waiting for the judge, for the court to resume their duties. And if you want us out, you should talk to us politely. I said, no, we don't have any business. You want to screen. And before we knew it, we saw heap of policemen again. While we're trying to talk to the first batch that came, we saw heap of policemen came in their Hilux, their van, like up to 50 again, and started pushing us as I should leave. We said, okay, we'll leave. But they did not wait. They didn't want to hear anything. They started pushing us out, started tear gassing us. So some of them were using shockers to shock some of the comrades that were around. The other policeman was saying they should shoot. They should shoot us gun. And we're saying why? When we're already moving because of the intimidation, because of the harassment, because if you don't move, they will push you or throw you tear gas. And we're trying to run for our lives. And it wasn't enough. They were chasing us, pursuing us outside. It was so disappointing that the same police people that we protested for, that we fight for, are the same police people treating innocent citizens that did not carry arms, that just came to hear court procedure. And it's a government property. It's a public property that anybody can come in. And it's not that you can see how I'm dressed. We're not dressed like riffraffs. And even if you riffraffs, you talk to your citizens in a manner that they will feel belonged and feel safe. But the way they treated us this morning, it was out of it. If not for God, I would have been shot. Because they were shooting tear gas to our body, not to the ground. They were shooting tear gas to your body. Why?
This morning was just like every other day of the police because day before yesterday, 4 days ago, what they did today, what they did this morning is exactly what they did those days. That's why I'm saying that there is not a normal actions, a normal behavior of the police. We were just sitting waiting for the arrival of the judge, you know, or of Showore, whichever one of them that arrived first. So just like every other person that were in the court, suddenly police just walked in, while DPO just came in and started shouting on everybody, telling us that we should get out of the court premises, that if we refuse to get out, that he's going to use force on us. We now started asking, what is the problem? And from then, he now make a call, and they called other team with 2 healers. They just came in and started, dragging us out, using shocker to shock us, and then also using tear gassing us in the court premises. Remember this same thing happened on Friday, where Showore was granted bail and others. These people decided to beat him up in the court premises and even arrested a lawyer, scattered a white woman that was doing petty business inside around the court premises, broke her table, so on and so forth. So what I try to say here, it's not a normal thing, and I wish the judiciary will take this matter up against them, because I don't know where is our hope that the police will not allow people to protest peacefully, the police will not allow people to assemble peacefully, the police will not allow people to sit peacefully. I can't just tell. I don't know what is going on. So it is a show of shame in this administration that the government that protested and some protesters today draws a kind of inspiration from the protesting mobilization of those days, which they claimed they were activists. And lo and behold, today they don't want people to assemble peacefully. They don't want to see people protesting. So it's unfortunate, and it is high time with the Nigerian people we stand on our right and mobilize against this evil, because it may be Showore today, it could be your brother, it could be yourself tomorrow. In Lagos, something happened yesterday night. Do you know people's houses were being demolished? At night, midnight, people's houses were being demolished. Some people were beaten, injured, and these are people that are indigenous. These are indigenous people of that land. It's not that they were strangers. Just the normal way they will say, okay, Igbos houses are being demolished. But these were citizens, these were indigenous people of Lagos. So I just imagine that I am not seeing this thing happening. I'm just thinking that it's not happening, but yet it's happening. We have to face the reality.